We're on the Country versus Metal podcast, Mile Zero Fest edition with Julianna Rankin.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.
My pleasure.
Yeah, so we didn't know when we were standing next to each other on
Yeah.
the street party.
Yeah, the Ragweed party. That's what I've been calling it for the past 2 days. It's just a Ragweed party. Like this is the year of the Ragweed party, which is great.
It's been incredible for me because for a long time, talking with Cody and everything, because Cody always said we're never getting back together, and then they dropped the announcement,
Yeah.
and it was really cool to see like everybody with the nostalgia and really, they're the pioneers of the
Yeah.
whole scene and the sound, and for me to be like I never thought that would ever happen, and then to get to see everybody. Just looked out in the crowd, everyone's singing the songs, and they got their
Yeah.
the band got back together
Yeah,
like a
they're-
Blues Brothers.
Their music has been so transcendent for such a large age range of people. Because, I mean, kids, I just turned 30, but I didn't know kids, my cousins, 5-10 years younger than me, everyone's heard about Ragweed. And so seeing that wide group of people still so excited about their comeback is, I don't want to call it a comeback, but their reunion, we'll say. But
Yeah.
it's been really cool and amazing because I never thought I'd get to stand around with my friends and sing "You're Always 17 in Your Hometown" again. So it's been fun.
Definitely. So your influences were really like shaped your sound.
So I grew up, my music was always in and around my household. I never knew I could sing until I got to college, but I grew up playing piano by ear a little bit. My grandfather was in a band called T. Allen and the Bootleggers for, like 15, 20 years. My dad remembers being in like 3rd and 4th grade riding around on their tour bus. So it's been always in my family on both sides. And my grandmother played in church. My grandfather sang in the Baptist choir, but I didn't really pick it up until I was in college, fully. But my dad listened to all the classics, Waylon and Willie and George Jones, and Merle Haggard's probably one of my biggest influences from songwriting standpoint. But then sonically, my mom showed me Stevie Nicks and Carole King and James Taylor, Bonnie Raitt, Linda Ronstadt. And then in my early childhood days, we listened to a lot of Norah Jones. So I like to think the songwriting side has come a lot from the classic country. But then the older I get, the more I really relate with, the Bonnie Raitt's and the Stevie Nickses of the world. And I feel like I've found a way to mesh the two together that's hopefully a little different and something people haven't quite heard before. But, we're chipping away at it.
Is that you're making a new record?
Yes, I am. Yeah, should hopefully have another song coming out next month, I believe, or in the next couple months. I just put out a song called Bad Habits and Good Horses that was in the Landman finale of this season 2, so that's been really exciting. But I got to actually be a part of a sync writing camp for the show, and they ended up picking that song to be on the season finale episode, so it was awesome. But yeah, lots of new music this year.
It's been really cool how Yellowstone and Landman.
Yeah.
I've only watched a couple of Landman, but how the music is almost as important as the story, because even if you don't like the show, like especially like if you're on it, gives you street cred off the bat that I need to check this artist out.
They've done such a great job at opening up that avenue for artists like me that are just kind of making their entry into the world, and they're also so great at knowing what music is gonna not only fit for the show, but that's gonna resonate with that group of people that watch the show. I mean, it's also crazy. I mean, I think the average viewership for that show is like 14 million or something crazy. So it's breaking records. But I mean, knowing that many people resonate with this specific sound of music that they're putting on this show and opening up to a wider audience is something people dream about. Because I know so many artists that, that's their dream. I mean, it's everyone's dream, but so many people don't have that opportunity to be put on a, show with 14 million viewers. So it's helped a lot of people, and, I commend them for knowing their craft and being an expert at it.
Right.
Knowing good music.
It's kind of like Johnny Carson.
Yeah.
The Tonight Show, when they put on comedians and just one set,
Yeah.
you're famous.
Yeah.
It was like the pinnacle.
I know. Yeah. It's like the best kind of open mic night ever.
Yeah. And you got the best spot.
Yeah.
How incredible is that?
I know. It's so funny. I won't give spoilers away for the scene if anybody hasn't seen it, but it's an interesting scene. it's a little distracting in the best way, rightfully so. But I got a call from my dad, and I hadn't watched it yet. I was waiting until Monday to watch it with some friends, and my dad called me right after he watched it. He stayed up until midnight on that Saturday or Sunday to watch it, and he called me and he was like, "Well, it's an interesting scene, that's for sure. So if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about."
So why you're like when they say they're going to use your music? Do you have any idea at what point, or was it like you were shocked?
Yeah.
Or
I didn't know. So when we did the writing camp, they gave the music director for the show, Andrea, she gave us some ideas of what scenes they were needing music for. And we were writing for several of the other spinoff shows too. And so we weren't really sure, but she gave us so much freedom. She gave us the key points of what was going on, and it was up to us to, take what she gave us and run with it. And I remember hearing about this specific scene, and I looked at my co-writers, John Decius, who's a great friend of mine, one of my favorite people to write with, and another good friend, Garrett Bradford, who's another Texas guy. And I looked at John and I was like, we can do this. Like, we know this scene. Like, we have it. We've got an idea somewhere within us to write this. And we got lucky. We wrote a really cool song, and I'm really, really proud of it. I remember right after we wrote it, I texted Miranda Lambert and John Randall, and I was like, guys, if this doesn't make it into the show, like, I for sure want to put this on my record because I love it so much. So I'm so stoked that it got put in the show. But it's a really cool opportunity to have, so I'm very grateful.
yeah, that's like really impressive. And like writing for it, was it easier? Were you like more nervous, or was it easier because like you can visualize like how you wanted the song to go?
It was
like,
a different, my writing practice and procedure is I usually always write from a very emotional place because it feels honest to me. And this was from, I had to go in kind of with the mindset of this is going to be very technical and kind of have to take the emotion out of it because it's got to fit the scene, and it can't be something that's too distracting to take away from the show. And so it was a really cool exercise for me that I've honestly tried to use in writing for other songs too, because writing is already such an emotional thing, and to kind of have to step back and look at the big picture before it's even been mapped out is very challenging. But it was cool. It was different, and I would love to do it again. It's, like I said, fun exercise.
right?
Yeah.
And knowing that, whether they noticed it or not, 14 million people have heard your voice, heard your music. Now, does that make like doing your new album to make it a little bit easier? Where you're like,
I think it's just, I don't want to say it adds pressure, but it adds, an exciting little bit of spice to the mix for sure. Cause it's like, well, this is always going to be out there on this show. So people can always revert back to that once this record comes out. And my only hope is that when everything comes out with my music is that people will say, oh yeah, I think I heard her on Landman or something like that. So that's obviously the goal, but if not, I'll just introduce people with this record. So yeah.
right. Yeah, I like your vocal style.
Thank you.
I like just kind of, it's weird to say like Kurt Cobain.
Thank you.
Was very
great compliment.
Like, I just liked how it just slid with the music. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. I've always get people ask me, where my singing style comes from. And I feel like I sing a lot like I talk. I kind of have a softer voice. So, I don't know. But I honestly do think listening to a lot of Norah Jones when I was growing up, because she has a softer voice that kind of slides in pretty easily like that could be where it came from. But I honestly don't know.
Did you ever, I get a lot of like Fiona Apple.
You know what? One of my best friends always wants me to cover Fiona Apple. And I never got, I think she was just a little before my time. And so I never really got into her, but I need to dig in because that's really cool.
Man, it just sounded like her.
Thank you. That's an awesome compliment. I love it.
But yeah, it's gotta be incredible. You're on that show and you're coming out and now with the new release, and you say you're going on tour with Paul Cawthon.
Yeah, I'm going. As soon as I get back from Mile Zero Fest, I'll be going out on some dates with Paul Cawthon up until the end of March, I believe. I think we start in Seattle and end in California. So I'll get to. And this is really kind of my first big tour. I haven't toured a lot the past few years. I've been just back and forth up to Nashville writing a bunch and Did a little acoustic tour with William Beckman this Christmas, and then I'll do this one. Then I'll be going out on some dates with Jake Worthington this summer. So
Nice.
yeah, it's going to be a big year of shows on the road. Finally getting on the road, which is what I've always wanted to do. So it's going to be fun.
And man, being a road dog,
Yeah,
the grind does help.
totally. But I'm so excited because these guys I've been real close with for the past few years. Of course, Jake and I are on the same record label with Big Loud Texas, and that'll be fun. So I get to ride the bus with them and just road dog it for a couple months. So it's going to be a blast.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun on the road. It
Yeah.
can be. Obviously, as a female,
Yeah. Yeah.
I can just show. I just put
Yeah.
a black T-shirt on.
Yeah. Put a little more work in.
Yeah, it's crazy the difference. Talking to Taylor and Bree
Yeah.
and everything. It's
Yeah.
just like
Yeah. Not every place has a green room, so you gotta get real creative.
Yeah.
You gotta learn how to pack right, and you gotta learn. You may have to go stop into a Buc-ee's or something and find a good bathroom.
right. It's man.
Yeah.
That's why when people ask, they're like, "What's essential in a green room?" A shower.
Yeah.
That should be number one. And it's because I remember those venues, like when a band would go and I'd look, I'd be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
there you go."
I know. I've played so many shows where I've just never had a green room, so I'm kind of used to it at this point. But when people are starting to ask for, well, what's on your rider? Like, do you have a rider where you send it to us? I'm like, you have a green room? This is great.
Yeah.
If you got a mirror and a shower and heat and cooling, I should be just fine because I've had to do more with less. So
Right? Yeah. Running water?
yeah,
You know,
running water, sure. We're good. And maybe some Tito's and Lay's potato chips.
There you go.
That's about all I need.
So with this year, what are you most excited about for this year?
I'm most excited for the music and just, getting out in front of people because the last 2 years have been such a grind for me. Maxed my credit card out, going trips up to Nashville to write. And I've gotten really lucky to write with some awesome people, some heroes of mine. And I'm excited to put those songs out because it's been such a hard 3 years of work, and seeing the fruits of those labors come to life is really rewarding. Even if it, goes nowhere, it's just, I'm just happy to get it out and working with a great team. I've made some really great relationships with everyone at Big Loud in Nashville and Big Loud, Texas, obviously. But I'm just excited for people to hear what I've been working on because I had an EP that came out in 2023, and this sound is much different than that. This sound is me at my core, and I'm excited to let people learn more about me through the music and through this sound that I've kind of chiseled away at and figured out over the last couple of years, and I'm really, really, really proud of it. So, yeah.
What aspect of the sound would you say is like core? Like this is it your voice, or is it like the production of the instruments?
I went my first EP was very much, it was a pretty honky tonk little EP, but it also had some heartbreaking songs, which this record will have those as well, because I'm still writing those. Always got to write a sad song, but I've leaned more into I grew up on classic country, so I love that honky tonk sound, but I never knew if it was totally me, so I've kind of found a happy medium between that and something a little more modern. I listened, two of my favorite records are Maren Morris's Hero record and Casey Musgrave's Golden Hour album, and then every single thing that Miranda's ever done. And so it's kind of in the middle of all of that. There's some dreaminess, there's some really hard sadness, but then there's some barn burners like Bad Habits and Good Horses. And then there's some other songs that I can't talk about yet, but they're really, really, really fun. And it came from a place of, I realized after every write I had and every song that I was the most excited about, it's all come from something I've been through within the last 4 or 5 years. So it's been a long time coming of seeing these pieces add up to what's going to be in this record, and it's all coming together very nicely. I've called it, this whole situation, cosmic, because the stars have aligned in every form or fashion possible, and it feels like the pieces of this puzzle that is this record is just coming together just as it needed to be, naturally and organically. So
universe
yeah,
has coordinated itself.
Yeah, it has spoken.
But what's crazy is like when you were younger and you listened to a song that moved you and you thought it was incredible, and the hair stand up on you, you're going to be doing that to somebody else.
I sure hope so. I've got some I have a sad, really sad song that I've been playing for years called Happy Anniversary, which is one of those that it came out in like, I think I wrote it in like less than an hour. It was one of those that was really emotional, and I've been playing it out for years, and I'm excited. That one is going to be fun to play for people, and I've been playing it out for the last couple of years, and songs like that, when people come to you at the merch booth after a show, that, they say, I relate to that song so hard. So when's it coming out? That's what I'm really excited for, is people to be able to hear them when they've been asking for them for so long. So that's a nice feeling.
Yeah. And do you have any more duets in line? Because I know you did with Ward Davis.
I did one with Ward Davis. I actually just had one come out, say the 29th. I think so. I don't know. We're in Key West. Nobody knows what day it is. But I had one come out with Rob Baird called Someday. And Rob's been a great friend of mine for the past couple of years, and we hang out all the time. And he approached me at a BMI thing last year and asked if I would sing on this song, and he sent it to me. And I texted him later that night, and I was like, I love it. Got it memorized. When you want me to come in? And I think I went in like 2 days later and recorded the vocal with him. So it's such a great song, and I'm so happy he asked me to be a part of it. So got that one, and we might have another one. I've another song I wrote that for this record that can't say who might be on it yet, but we'll see. Yeah, more to come in the year.
It's funny with music of how you have all this stuff in there. Can't say it.
I know, it's so hard.
Right?
I'm a terrible secret keeper of my own secrets. I just want to tell everybody.
You have to write a non-disclosure act with yourself.
Yeah.
Before you take that drink, don't talk about this and that and that.
I need to give myself an NDA.
Yeah. To myself, from myself.
Yeah.
Signed. It's really cool. Now, I hate hyphenating like female artists because you're an artist.
Yeah.
And man, I always bring up like with the whole Caitlin Butts thing when she said, if you're a little girl dreaming, it's a little harder, but keep at it. And with one of who would you love to like sing with?
Oh man, a female artist?
Yeah, like we're like in the game right now.
Man, in the country scene, man, there's so many good ones. Gosh. I mean, I'm such a big fan of Ella's, as is everyone else. And Ella and Lainey are absolutely killing it right now. Caitlin's killing it. That's so hard to pick because they're all so great. Actually, you know what I would love to do is just a big girl gang song. Yeah, I remember Miranda did that a few years ago with a bunch of girls, and they all covered "Fooled Around and Fell in Love." I loved that, and I think that's so cool. I don't think it happens enough because girls got to stick together, and I think the more we group together, it's just better. It's so much more fun too. Singing with your friends, and because I'm such good friends with so many female artists from Nashville and from Texas, and so maybe we can get us all together and do something. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Even like live, like a girls from Oklahoma.
Yeah, girls from Oklahoma. Yeah, that would be so fun. So put a big group text together and call the girls up.
Right. There's a ton of you down here right now.
I know. Taylor and I and Gracie Rook were talking about that last night. We were just like, it's so funny that, we're such good friends and we all talk, but we never get to see each other. So we're so grateful for, Mile Zero Fest and all the other festivals that get the gang back together. So it's nice to see everybody, and I wish we could see each other more, but we're all so busy.
This festival definitely is, it's very cool how you get blown away at the shows, and then at the end of the night, you go down to Rick's and everybody's there. Yeah,
the camaraderie backstage and at Rick's and all the other General Horseplay, we're all just hammering espresso martinis and have collective heart palpitations at the end of the night. But it's so fun because between all these festivals, it's like I said, you never get to see each other, and you get to have. You do go through the motions of, how is everything? Everything good? And then you have a couple of drinks and you start getting down to the serious stuff, which is really fun.
I was hanging out with Taylor and Gracie last night.
Let me see. We were outside of Rick's. Yeah, you were probably standing right there by me.
I swear I was standing probably right next to you.
I always have my horse blinders on.
I'm the same way. Yeah, I was like, we were kind of like out on the side.
Yeah, we were all just right there looting that. Is that a pizza place right there?
Yeah, Angelino's.
I think so. Yeah, because I
Right.
definitely ate a piece of pizza last night.
I tell you what, that's a great place to get warm.
It is. It was warmer right there,
Oh,
wasn't it? Yeah, that was a good
that's-
feeling. I needed that because it was real windy last night. Yeah.
Absolute. Oh my God, being at the amp is
Yeah. But worth it because Stephen Wilson Jr. played last night, and I had never seen him, and he's on Big Loud in Nashville, and I'm such a fan of his. I'm from New Braunfels, and his wife is actually from New Braunfels, which is
Really?
crazy. Yeah, Lee Nash.
I didn't know anything about him.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Stephanie, the bartender at the media tent, sponsored tent, and she was like, "Yeah, he invented
Dentist sticks.
yeah,
Yes. I saw that on an interview the other day, and I had no idea. That's crazy. That guy is smart.
yeah,
And it comes through in his songwriting because he's brilliant. But yeah, he's one of the most, in my opinion, he's one of the most interesting artists out right now. I love seeing, his style cross over into this mainstream world that it just, like a puzzle piece, fits perfectly. And his songs are so emotional and heartfelt and come from such a place of honesty that he's someone that is a big inspiration for me right now, modern day. So yeah, his show was incredible last night. It was wonderful.
yeah. I liked his visuals
Yes. Yeah.
and his sound.
Yeah. He's creative and very smart and very interesting. Yeah.
I definitely agree.
Yeah.
But is there anything else you want to talk about before we wrap up?
I think that'll do it. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Dude, thanks for coming on. Shoot you over to Soul Gravy.
Cool. I can't wait. I love that shirt.
But yeah, thank you for coming on.
Thank you. I appreciate it.